Greetings and salutations. Today I want to elaborate on what kind of martial art I recommend. Now, first and foremost, I had my first MMA fight last weekend at Kampf der Nibelungen. Highly glorious in all actuality, and I won in the first round via a Kimura. Now, unfortunately, there will not be a video because it's not all about me, but we got some cool pictures at least, and a tremendous experience. And yeah, I have thanked everyone on my social media. So if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, if you don't, do it immediately below. And I just want to say thank you to everyone again, and a special thank you to my opponent who definitely brought the pressure, and also a thank you to the German audience who gave me a warm welcome and support, even though I wasn't the hometown fighter. Anyway, one of the reasons I fought in this MMA match was so that I could tell you all to start training martial arts as well, because I know that, and this is something I felt as well when I was younger, that going into a new gym, sparring and wrestling with a lot of new people, it can be a bit daunting. But I'm with you in spirit if you do that at least. Same thing obviously applies to the gym. And then the question becomes, which kind of martial arts do I recommend? The short answer is strength training and MMA. Try to combine the two, maybe 3 times martial arts a week and 4 times in the gym. And I'd say the general guideline when choosing a martial arts, go with the one which you can get into a good routine. So if you have a boxing gym which only focuses on standard boxing, if you have that available to you 10 minutes away, definitely go with that, because it's all about getting into the routine. It's all about getting in a lot of sessions over a very long time. It's same thing with the gym. Like, you need to have that progression over a long period of time. And if that is easier to do in a boxing gym, or even a judo gym, or a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, or whatever it might be, go with that option. So even if I say now that, yeah, if you have the option, go with MMA, find an MMA gym. If that is not an option, go with what is best suited to your everyday life. So I mean, if you have a Thai boxing gym nearby, yeah, sign up for that and get good at that. Something you can keep in mind also, that the basics are the important thing. Just as with the strength training, the basics are the most important. So you want to get really good at bench press, military press, deadlift, squats, and rows. Basically, view martial arts as the same thing. You want to get really good at the basics of boxing, the basics on the ground, the basics of wrestling, etc. Now, if you train those extremely much, so if you train the left hook or the straight cross enough times, whether you do that on a boxing gym or a Thai boxing gym or an MMA gym, it doesn't really matter, as long as you get really good at it. Because in a street predicament, you won't really need all super fancy techniques. You just need the basics down, so you know how to hit with precision power. So that is the main recommendation. Learn the basics and learn them extremely good, so that when the adrenaline is kicking in and you perhaps lose control over your active thoughts, and just your body reacts instinctively, you need to have practiced something a great many times, so that it will become an instinct. Now obviously also the gym is extremely important if you want to get good in a predicament, no matter what predicament. And I've talked about this before, but in regards to fighting, like if you see World Breaker here, the more pressure I can put behind, the better, the more power I can have. Same thing with the kicks. The more squats you've done, the stronger you are in your legs, the more power you can generate in your legs. Same thing in the clinch in Thai boxing, or when you're wrestling, or if you're on the ground, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The stronger you are, the more you can do with the technique you have. Same thing with when you punch. The more mass you can put behind the technique, the better. So the best thing is if you have the technique and the physique. So if you can combine those two, because then it becomes more potent. And then obviously, if we're talking about physical toughness, if you have a strong neck, for example, you can absorb punches better. If you have well-trained abs, you can withstand punches and kicks and knees to the stomach better. And now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that you should have visible abs, I'm saying that you should have strong abs. So it doesn't matter if you have fat in the way, it's just a matter of having strong abs. Same thing with the arms, like you can pull something better to you if you're stronger, etc. So do not underestimate strength training when it comes to the fighting game. And then some guys will say that, oh, size and strength doesn't matter in a fight, but it kinda does, so don't listen to them. It's equally stupid as thinking that only strength will save you. You need both, so train for both. So that was the long answer. So yet again, the short answer to conclude is if you have the possibility, train MMA. If you don't have the possibility, train whichever is most easily incorporated into your everyday life. And then obviously don't forget to get strong in the Temple of Iron. And lastly, thank you to everyone yet again. Your support has meant the world to me. So thank you. XOXO.